Hello everybody, we are back. This is Formula for Speed. I am your host Chad, and I'm here with my other lovely co-host, the Babyface. Please say hello, Babyface.
Hello.
Guys, Babyface, Qatar. First time in Qatar. Babyface, this, I'm going to start this off by saying, this was a fast track.
It was a very fun
very fun track, very fast track, and I can't be too happy, Babyface.
I told you.
Guys, Babyface, first I'm going to get this out the way. I want to congratulate Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, and it's been a while, Alonso,
that was
Alonso on the podium, driver of the day to me. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Alonso. Babyface, guys, my worry was going in to the last 5 races, before that actually, of the season, if my McLaren boys could beat Ferrari. Babyface, guys, doesn't look like it's going to happen. They're the clear-cut best of the rest. I don't know where this, after the upgrade again, they're ahead of us. But, it made me sad. I felt like we had it. Guys, my fellow McLaren fans, I felt like we had best of the rest this season. I felt like we did, Babyface. But, before I digress, we'll save that for a Let's Talk About It video. Shout out to your guy, Hamilton.
Hamilton won the Qatar Grand Prix, followed, like you said, by Verstappen and the surprise podium, Alonso.
Man, drive of the day. That was a drive.
That was, and Perez was coming to chase him down, but he was able to keep, with help of Ocon a little bit. Ocon couldn't do much to keep Perez behind him, sort of to repay the favor of when Ocon won a Grand Prix, and Alonso did everything he could to keep Perez behind him.
Because that's he in that race you're referring to, he kept Hamilton behind him, so Ocon wouldn't get caught.
Yes, apologies, that is correct. So Ocon tried to do the same, but once the cars got to the straight, the Alpine can't compete with the speed of the Red Bull, but still, Alonso was able to step on the podium. He hasn't been on the podium since 2014.
Since Max's rookie year?
Yeah, so that's been a very long time.
Very long time. So it was due.
Yeah.
He was due. So let's go back for a bit, Babyface. Qualifying. Qualifying, which was interesting. Mercedes, I knew they had the pace. Red Bull doesn't seem to like this new pace you guys have. Horner's questioning some things, as well as the rest of the Red Bull front office team, as you will. Mm-hmm. If the pace is legit or if it's some underhanded things going on over there. So I'll let you defend that later in a Let's Talk About It video. But nonetheless, Max Verstappen.
Max?
Qualified position 2.
He did.
Bottas 3.
Yeah.
Right? So after that, we had Gasly 4th, Alonso 5th. Mm-hmm. So when I saw Alonso, I said, this is good pace for Alpine. This looks good for them. I was hopeful, guys, because Norris qualified 6th above Sainz. Then Tsunoda. Then Ocon. Then Vettel, Perez, Stroll. Now, Perez didn't make it out of Q3, which I also found interesting.
Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't make it out of there, but I knew at the pace of that Red Bull how well balanced it was. I'd be like, it's okay. He'll make his way through the pack, right? So Leclerc was 13th, but Danny Rick was 14th. And I was okay with that because I was like, okay, we're right there with him. We need to be there at some point. So then we get to the race, Babyface. The start.
Now to clarify, Verstappen.
Mm-hmm. And who else?
5-place grid penalty for ignoring double yellow flags.
So did Bottas.
And so they got 5-place grid penalty. So the grid was a bit shuffled. So when the Grand Prix actually started, lights went out. It was Hamilton with Gasly.
Right.
In
front row.
Two.
Yes. Front row.
I was excited for that because Gasly, again, unsung hero.
The problem, I was excited, but I knew, and guys, let me know in the comments what you thought about that, or if you had the same thoughts I did. When I saw Gasly on the front row, I've been watching F1 a while. I already knew his fight was not with Red Bull.
Well, yeah.
So once those two Red Bulls caught him, he was not going to fight him.
Agreed, because they're fighting for the championship.
Right.
He isn't. But it was still exciting.
It was to see him up there.
Now, do tell how the race started, because I have some opinions on what happened with Gasly after.
Yeah, guys, the race. So the start of the race, Hamilton started good, started well. Bottas didn't have a good start, right? He didn't have the best start.
Nope,
he dropped down.
11th.
Max had a good start. Now, in that first corner, there was some scuffling going on with those front cars. He passed like about three or four cars. So he had a good start. Great first corner. Mm-hmm. And after he passes the cars, he's driving, and he's looking like, I'm like, all right, he's on pace. He's gonna be good. Mm-hmm. Gasly's in front of him. And that's when we get to, he was like, not that he's being held up. He felt like he was trapped in a sense. Mm-hmm. And that's when we see Gasly kind of veer off to the left, right? And his lap time was deleted. And it was kind of a gift given to Max so he can get past him, so he could chase after, So what were your thoughts on that, babyface?
I think that Verstappen got on the radio and said, I'm a bit stuck here. And
yeah, he felt trapped. Yeah,
he was behind Gasly.
Right.
And then Gasly was reminded over the radio, your fight is not with Red Bull.
Right.
And then Gasly runs wide, allowing Verstappen to go past. So AlphaTauri is a sister team to Red Bull.
Of course.
Okay. The fact that they get tapped to help out, to get out of the way, okay, I can't be mad at that. Here's the only thing that I suppose crawls under my skin a little bit. Mm-hmm. Because on social media, you have, it's like the sea is divided among fans. You have the Hamilton fans, and you have the Verstappen fans, or the Mercedes fans, and the
Red Bull fans. Yeah, even Max's dad is weighing in on his drama.
Yeah, that's his son. So
right, so yeah,
it
makes sense.
I don't mean any disrespect in saying that.
It's going to make for a good Netflix drama next season.
I don't really listen to him. That's his son.
Perfectly
I expect him to be behind his son no matter what.
Right.
Here's what irks me a little bit. We saw in Brazil, Lewis Hamilton came from a 25 place grid penalty, noodling his way through the entire field to then win the Grand Prix. That is world-class driving. It just is. And I saw a couple of comments suggesting that Max, oh my goodness, look at his driving, he picked his way through the field. What field? Because on the first corner at the opening lap, he was able to overtake, I think, 2 cars, and then he was just stuck behind Gasly, and Gasly ran wide, whether on purpose or not.
Yeah.
He ran wide. He was not going to fight Max. There was no picking through the field, and then he was stuck behind Hamilton and ended up placing second after, overtaking Gasly. The one that I wish these Red Bull people that when I say Red Bull people, that's so rude. That's not right.
Red Bull people. Guys, imagine, let me preface this by saying, if you don't know, if you've never seen our videos, I'm a Starch McLaren fan. She's a sold-out Mercedes fan. So she has legitimate beef or gripe with Red Bull this season. So that...
Yes,
so to give more context to it.
But it is not as violent or aggressive of a gripe with Red Bull, because my second team that I like on the grid is Red Bull. And
it's a conflict of interest there, man.
I realize that.
It's a conflict
but
of
up
interest.
Until this season, it was never really a problem. Right. Because it was Mercedes, Ferrari, and then Red Bull came in to throw in the mix.
Please don't mention that name. Please don't mention Ferrari's name.
My point is that up until this season, it really wasn't a problem that I liked Red Bull and Mercedes. So back to the Red Bull fans, or more particularly the Max Verstappen fans, that are constantly singing his praises. And please don't get me wrong, he's a very talented kid. very talented. If you watch our old videos, when he was crashing and everybody was calling him Crash Stappen, I was saying, you know what? Yeah, he's crashing, he's making mistakes, but he's going to be good. He's going to be really, really good.
He'll bounce back, yeah. He'll bounce back, so.
Here's my issue with this, is that we make it seem that Max did this incredible feat today during the Grand Prix. I disagree. I think the one Red Bull driver that is very good at picking through the field is Perez. Because he's consistently been, for whatever reason, whether it was he didn't make it out of Q3, something happened, he spins, whatever the case may be. When that guy is on the back, Perez, you can trust Perez to pick his way through the field and put his car as far up to the front as he can. Max hasn't had to do that in a very long time, so I no longer understand this admiration of Max's skill of picking through the field. I just don't think that's accurate.
I'm going to be honest with you. Again, you know, my McLaren boys are not fighting with either Mercedes or Red Bull, so I could care less. To be honest with you, my legitimate gripe is with the Scarlet Red team. For you know, with them.
Did you say the Charlotte Red?
Scarlet.
Oh.
Scarlet Red.
Scarlet.
You want to rub it in, huh? You just
the
want to
Red
throw them out.
Pegasus. Are you salty about the prancing red horses?
There's jokes. You know, I guess when you're fighting for the championship, you could have jokes on us little guys. Is that?
No, you know what?
There's jokes.
No,
okay.
No.
Okay.
But I will admit, I am thoroughly enjoying this because when you and I started talking about Formula One, I remember telling you that I despise Ferrari with every cell of my human existence.
Mm-hmm.
And you looked at me and said, "Oh no, Ferrari? Really? No, they're great. They're great." And then I said to you, "Ferrari."
I didn't say they were great.
Listen, I said Ferrari cheats. They've always cheated. You can always trust them to cheat. And you said no.
I did disagree with the cheating part. I did.
No.
I did disagree with the cheating part.
And then you said to me, you know, I'm not really a Ferrari fan, but that's Ferrari. Come on. So now that you're sitting there, and the Ferraris that, in your 2017, 2018 opinion, don't cheat, now have magically, in the course of a season that they've already said they're not spending time on because they're putting all their resources into next season. It was a bluff.
They can split both.
They are now kicking your McLaren papaya nut.
Wow. See, guys, here's the thing. When you're Mercedes fans or Red Bull fans, us little guys like McLaren guys.
Little guys?
That's what you consider, right?
You constantly remind me that McLaren has the best car.
We had the best car in the late 80s, yes. The M4. We did.
The track.
We did. But
do tell, how did your McLarens field in the Qatar Grand Prix? Do tell.
I don't want to talk. Okay, so Norris got 9th. Danny Rick got 12th. Okay. The Ferraris finished 7th and 8th. So yeah, it was a rough race for us. I will say this. So far, for me, this track was fast. It showed the raw pace that your team has. It shows where, it seems to me, finally Mercedes closed the gap. Because I'll say 80%, if you look at the season in totality, for 80% of the season, Red Bull, best car hands down. I mean, that one car, to me, I'm just being honest, that is the best car I've seen since the Mercedes of last year with the DOS system.
Yeah, I agree.
Balance in the mid sector. They're quick everywhere. And Mercedes did something to close the gap, you know, with the engine upgrade. But this season, that Red Bull car is, to me, one of the best I've seen.
And then you have Mercedes taking a gamble on Valtteri Bottas.
They did.
I am so mad about that.
They did. They had him go a little longer than expected. Was it 2 or 3 laps?
3 laps. So that
target plus 3. Yeah.
The tires are supposed to. Pirelli said that those tires that he was on, I believe the mediums, 30 laps.
Yep.
Okay, cool. He's picking his way through the field. He's pushing. He's up in third. He's
Right.
doing his thing. He has yet to pit. Next thing you hear, I have a puncture. Front left.
Yeah.
And it was around turn 7, so he had to
It was bad.
limp back.
He went through the gravel first, right? And he watched Perez and Alonso pass him.
Of course, and it looked like a fireworks show from the car. It was just so many sparks.
His front wing was done.
And so they had to replace the nose. They changed the tires. It wasn't that bad of a pit stop. It was like 11 seconds, considering that they had to change the nose. That wasn't
11.2,
so bad.
I believe.
But that was his race.
It was.
And then they had to retire the car.
They did.
At like 10 laps to go or something like that, they had to retire the car. So the gamble that Mercedes took with Bottas leaving him out that little bit longer cost them dearly, because Bottas wasn't able to score any points for the constructors.
So now I believe the gap with you two are 3 points.
It is so frustrating. And someone else had a front left. So after Bottas, a couple of other guys on the grid started to have punctures. And some of the pit bulls were saying...
Russell.
Some of the pit bull guys were saying that there was no warning. It was just...
No vibration. And guys, let us know in the comments, what did you all think about the punchers? Meaning, I'll say this. I'll give you some context. They surprised me because I heard no one saying the typical stuff. Vibrations, flat spots, my tires are dropping off. Guys, a couple of guys said no warning. It just happened, right? And it was surprising to me because, to me at least, and guys, let me know what you think. Normally you hear those signs, or we can see them. They just blew out.
It was a bit.
Maybe it was the grainy sand from the desert. I don't know. And they said the curbs were very bad too. Stay off the curbs, which played a part, but still, it just no vibration. But yeah, to Bottas, he that ruined his race.
It did ruin his race, and the whole puncture situation was a bit reminiscent of the nasty crash Stroll had earlier in the season when there was also no warning. But on this time, during this Grand Prix, I can't really blame Pirelli because they did say 30 laps. And he was out there for 33. Now, was it a fair gamble to make? Sure, but I'm salty about it. I'm really mad about it.
Yeah. The thing is, don't be too mad, Mercedes fans. You're still leading the constructors by 3. Hamilton is now within 8 points of the championship. There's 2 races left. Let's talk to us other people that are not fighting for the chip.
Well, you're no longer fighting for the best of the rest either.
See how she rubs it in? There's jokes. Of course we're not. Right, because Ferrari's now at 297.5, McLaren's at 258. So unless Ferrari gets 2 DNFs the next 2 races, and we got to finish pretty much on a podium with both cars to win. Not going to happen. It's highly unlikely. They came out of nowhere, and that's what my gripe is. With McLaren, not with McLaren, but Mercedes and Red Bull, everyone knew these two would be fighting for the chip. We needed best of the rest. The budget's different. You guys have money. Every year, you're always top 2. Us, we needed this one. And I get it, Ferrari is Ferrari, right? Because for the last 30, 40 years, you could say for all of F1, they went through a dark period in the 80s and 90s, but still, it's Ferrari. The last 10 years, they're used to going at it. They're used to being one or two, right? Going at it with Mercedes, right? Red Bull's come on this season and last season. Before that, Ferrari was there, right? So I get it, but still, it would have been nice for us to get best of the rest. I knew it was an issue, and again, I'll say this again. When they said they were bringing the upgrade, I said, there it goes. I like the drivers. I like Leclerc. I like Sainz. Both drivers. Of course I like Sainz. He used to race with us. Leclerc's a good kid. It's just that, it's disappointing for me. For us McLaren fans. But, also think about guys we won't see anymore after this season as well. I was like, Giovinazzi and Kimi are gone.
That is true.
So we'll talk about that on a Let's Talk About It video. But overall, Babyface, it was to me, I like the Grand Prix.
The Grand Prix was nice. Now next year we're not going there because FIFA, the World Cup, will be in Qatar, but they are supposed to be back for 2023, and it was a good track.
I was hoping. I was like, you know what? It would be good to throw in an F1 race during the World Cup because I think that'd be good. That's great for the economy of Qatar. I think for an hour and a half, people may.
But you know,
is it the same time though? And guys, let me know. I could be wrong.
I think it'll be a bit too much. It's a
you
bit overload. So? Yeah.
I will say, if it was here in the States, they would make sure they wouldn't care. It could be the Super Bowl, the NBA All-Star Game, F1 and NASCAR, and a tennis match. Golf too. They wouldn't care. Put it all on. As long as everyone comes here to spend this money, they wouldn't have a problem with it. Qatar, but all jokes aside, I do see why Qatar is like, okay, we need some time considering travel restrictions where we may be. But overall, a good race. It'll be interesting to see.
2 more races in the season.
This is what F1 guys last season. I'm a purist. I can do without the drama.
Agreed.
I don't need all this back and forth making stuff special for Netflix. I don't need all of that. But apparently the ratings are through the roof because people like drama. They like the back and forth with Mercedes and Red Bull. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, I do think what you're seeing is part of it is bluff, meaning it's for TV, not real. I don't see Horner and Toto really going at it like this. Max's dad is involved. I'm like, it just makes perfect drama TV to me. But it's still, nonetheless, 2 races left. It's very close.
Drama.
It can go either way, and this is what they wanted.
Yeah, drama or no drama, because I don't really I haven't been watching the Netflix series for that specific reason. I recognize.
Actually, it's not that bad. The drama in the Netflix series is actually. It's not as bad as what we're seeing this season. It's not.
No, and I appreciate that, but just because I don't want to see reality TV, and I recognize that a lot of people have said, no, it's really great.
It is really good. But I think what you're saying now is for F1 ratings.
Yes, but just because I like to stay away from, like you said, I'm a purist. I just want to see good racing. I want to see good driving. Mm-hmm. I want to see fantastic machines
without
being
all
built,
that drama and all that
great
corny
teams.
Stuff. Yeah,
that is what I want to see. So I've distanced myself from all of that, and probably after the seasons are over, I may go back and watch the previous seasons because it's already past and done. But right now, I'm just sticking to the races. We have 2 more races left.
Miami's coming up next year.
Season. Miami's coming on the calendar next season. There's a lot of things that we can be excited for and looking forward to. New
rules, new cars, new faces on different teams.
Your
guys are getting Russell, so we'll see. But for the last two races, this is good stuff.
It is. So, and again, unsung hero, I think, in this Grand Prix.
Right.
Gasly and Perez.
And Gasly didn't even... To be honest, I think Gasly finished 11th this Grand Prix. So it was crazy because I was like, man, he would probably finish 4th. I was guessing at the start of the race. And guys, let me know where your teams finish, who you thought would finish where. I had Gasly finishing at the start of the race. I was like 4th or 5th. Yeah, but
you know what? Those tires developing punctures out of the blue...
No vibration.
A lot of teams smartly, in my opinion, decided to pit their guys to make sure to get ahead of it, just to make sure they finish exactly.
Right.
So I'm not mad at that, but again, to me, one of the unsung heroes, Gasly is an unsung hero for this whole season, in my opinion, because he keeps being up in the top 5, and nobody's really talking about that. And another one that really dug his way out was Perez, because I was a bit worried about Perez after he signed his extension with Red Bull. He wasn't doing so well. He wasn't coming out of the Q3s and Q2s very well. But now here he is doing exactly what Red Bull needs him to do. So good for Perez. Now, for you specifically, because you're a McLaren fan, I think a team to look out for is that if you guys can't take it to whoever the best of the rest is next season, because Ferrari's looking to be a contender next season.
They'll be top 3 again. It'll be Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari.
I think you may need to start looking out for Alpine.
No, you know who we got to start looking out for? Alpine as well? AlphaTauri.
Yes, but Yuki isn't there yet, and I don't think Yuki will be ready for next season. If Yuki was up there with Gasly, I would agree with you. Yeah. But he just isn't.
Because right now, Alpine is above. They're They're running fifth right now.
Yeah.
Ahead of AlphaTauri. Interesting to see what Yuki can do next year because it won't be in his rookie year anymore. So it'll be going, of course, his second year. So we'll see. But overall, Qatar, first time there, great showing.
Great.
I like the track, fast.
Agreed.
The curves are harsh. Curves are harsh. So we'll see. We'll see what their last two have to bring. I'm excited, even though my McLaren boys have, I think, lost the fight. I think they're pretty much done. But I'm excited to see what you guys do, Red Bull does, to see how we finish. It's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a good last two races. So, again, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. Let us know your thoughts, comments, who your team is. Who do you guys think is going to win it all? We know Babyface, of course, Mercedes. Me, right now, I'm not happy with what's going on with my McLaren boys. Running into this Ferrari train, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't know. But, again, let us know what you think. Thanks for tuning in. This is Formula for Speed, and we'll see you next race. But before I cut out, any last thoughts before I forget? None?
None.
Guys, we'll see you next race.
Bye.